here on the slide is a diagram of a very simple hydrogen production system. It could be based on any kind of renewable electricity. Primarily the ones that you'd be interested in from renewable resources would be wind turbine electricity, solar panel photovoltaic electricity, micro hydroelectricity, things that come from natural sources. This is a system that we have in our home, and it's a electrolyzer where we store the manufactured hydrogen, which comes from photovoltaic power, in converted propane tanks. So our electrolyzer sits back here, and there's 12 cells. There's a water storage and feed unit here, a place where we can put the electrolyte if we have to take it out to service the unit. And then we store the hydrogen, these two converted propane tanks, and we store the oxygen in this one. How big are those tanks? These are 125-gallon propane tanks.
Well, at least you don't have to pump the car.
That little silly bicycle.
Yeah, I know. It's nice.
The way they are right now, I probably will get the 3 to 5 year, which is a season of riding out of it. So, and that's the learning curve. That's why I chose to do this on my own.
I'm meeting a friend of mine here.
Cool. You guys stop by. All I came here for was to say, hey, give it a shot. It's
30 years ago, or 20 years ago, when I was in the oil business, OPEC had just started up. If in the 1950s, United States was the Saudi Arabia of the world. We had our energy, plus we created 50% of the world's energy. In '73 is the first time we got dependent on other countries for our oil usage now, which is of course 60 to 65%. And so I was drilling in Kansas, which is simple drilling. It's flat land and so on. And yes, I was ridiculed then somewhat. I grew up on a farm, but it was a good business at the time, and we ran a small business. And yes, I learned a business practice then, which I am now trying to employ using solar electric of small community solar farms.
Right. I was just in the white tent there where you were giving your presentation. It's an excellent business model. I hope to learn a little bit more about it. How many people do you expect to have in attendance here this weekend? Today's Sunday. Today's the last day. Mm-hmm. You've had 3 beautiful, beautiful days for this event, so I imagine that has helped you a lot. So what do you think in terms of attendance?
I think the number of people at the festival, now I am going to include the vendors. We are at about 180 vendors on green building products, and also our speakers, musicians, volunteers, and the attendees. We approximate 10,000 people for the 3 days. 10,000.
Excellent, excellent. How many volunteers and staff does it take to put on an event like this? It's a huge, huge undertaking.
We have a board of directors, a great board that meets monthly all year of 11 people, separated into different sections. One does transportation, one does entertainment, one gets speakers, one's promotion. I do vendors and administration. Plus, we have monthly meetings open to the public, and we have a core group of 30 to 50 people that attend those. We have a core volunteer group for setup of about 25 people here that are volunteers, but all in all during the festival we have about 150 volunteers to help. One of our bigger projects, which is something that people don't see, is organizing the trash and teaching compost, teaching recyclables, and we are very proud we are different than your county fair, than your Donny Park, or not any entertainment association. When we leave here, we will have literally about, I'd say, 4 or 5 cubic yards of trash, and we will have 40 to 80 cubic yards of compost that will go back to the farm and we're real proud of that.
Very small carbon footprint, and that's sort of a leading indicator of what this event is all about.
Yes, it is. That's of course, when you do anything, you leave a carbon footprint, and you know, if we don't have it at all, there's less carbon footprint. But we are trying to educate ourselves so that we can actually talk to county fair associations and other entertainment venues that have thousands of people, and just educate people on how it can be done that is more earth-friendly.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're getting the word out. We're helping to educate people and get more people involved in the whole alternate energy movement. Archie, I think you're doing a great job. Thank you for the event.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Do you have a date for next year's event already?
We are always at, is this at solstice or equinox here? I think this is equinox, I think we are. We're usually the third week in September, 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. PAEnergyFest.com is our website. But again, if you Google Energy Festival, we come up first.
That's perfect. Archie, thank you very much for your time. Good luck with the event. We're going to do everything we can to promote it and make this an even bigger event next year. That's it for now. Zero Fossil Fuel for the Energy Builders Network. Peace, everyone.
The Indian corn had a headdress on, but Chinese cabbage tried to kick the gong. You should have seen the French green bean when the chili pepper punched out the black-eyed peas. That zucchini, he's a meanie. He picked a fight with a kosher weenie, saying no meat allowed, this is a vegetable crowd. Down at the Barnyard Dance on the hills of Kempton, down at the International Vegetarian Bash.